You're watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Welcome to the Street Angel Show here in the heart of Hollywood at the T Radio V studio. So I am Mandelyn Reese. I'm known as the Street Angel or the LA Street Angel, and I've got this cool show here that I've devoted to helping others and spreading light and positivity. In case you've seen me around the country, I wear these angel wings and I have posters on my front and back, and it's always positive messages, good vibes, good vibes. So work together for the good of all, be kind, be nice. I'm trying to combat the bullying in a peaceful way that's going on out there in the war and separation and racism and all that kind of stuff happening. So it's like, yeah, wings and posters. Somebody's got to do it. Walking billboard for kindness. So that is me. I sometimes go by Mandy for short if you can't remember Mandelyn. So anyways, today's topic is Earth Angels, because we got some Earth Angel workers that basically got in here, and we're going to be talking to them. They've written books and done art and different things like that. It's going to be really cool. So on that note, let me introduce you to my very first guest for today, Michelle Beber.
Hi, everybody.
And there she is. So how are you today?
Great.
You should tell everyone what your necklace is. It's super pretty.
It's crystal called kyanite, and it's to connect with your throat chakra and to help with communication, that you get the right messages across.
I think that's the most beautiful one I've ever seen.
I absolutely loved it when I saw it because it reminded me of a blue angel wing.
Or peacock.
And, yeah, or a peacock.
I have black kyanite. It's supposed to help remove toxins and stuff. But anyway, let's go into you. So you're an angel worker?
Yes.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what have you done, and like, what's your background in the angel stuff and certifications? And
oh, it's just
where do you start?
Yeah. I didn't really believe in angels initially. I wasn't raised in a real spiritual household, and it just came about later on in life that I learned about angel numbers at the spiritual retreat I went to, and then I started seeing numbers all over the place on license plates and billboards,
especially
and
license
trucks
plates.
and
Taxi cabs.
and I was like, oh look, 444, look at this, look at that. And then I started keeping a journal in the car, and just to keep track of how many times I would see certain numbers, and I ended up getting Doreen Virtue's book, Healing with the Angels, that has a whole section on angel numbers, and learned a lot about what each one meant, the basic triple numbers, and the angel numbers led me to learn more about angels themselves, and then I gradually ended up realizing I was supposed to work with the angels and spread their messages, and
just kind of grew from there. And it's like once you're awakened to it, then it just keeps expanding. And the numbers I'm glad you brought it up. Oh, here, that was the site. So there's a website you can go to on the internet, Sacred Scribes Angel Numbers .blogspot.com by Joan Sacred Scribes, and it has an index of all the different numbers. So let's say you're at a parking light or stop sign or something, and there's two cars and they have the same last three numbers, like 706 was one I saw the other day. They both had that number on the back of their license plates. Yeah, there we go. And so you can go here and click on what is that number, and they're all very positive, uplifting messages.
Right. She's got a great site. I've gone to that site as well.
And so I have it bookmarked on my cell phone, and whenever I see a repeating number, And I really love 777, which I happened to see on
Yes.
the way here, which is like, congratulations from the angels, you're doing good. And
Yes, you're on the right track.
accolades. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, accomplishment. And 444, angels are everywhere.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
Of course. So yeah, you should bookmark that, look into angel numbers. And you got certifications from Doreen Virtue and Charles Virtue, right?
That's what started me, though. The angel numbers led me to learn more about the angels, and then I had readings done where I was told I was supposed to help children, and just gradually it went from seeing numbers to seeing, to hearing messages. And then messages came in to, turned into a manuscript for a children's book. But yeah, I loved everything Doreen did, and then I happened upon, which I don't think is a coincidence, Charles Virtue's course for spiritual teacher training. It was the first time he was doing it, and I just happened to run across it, and I
lucky.
thought, I have to do this.
Yeah.
And I became a spiritual teacher, and then went to Maui and took the Angel Intuitive course, and from Doreen, and got to meet her, and it was just awesome. It was a wonderful experience.
I wish, maybe I'll get to take one of those someday.
I think you
How
will.
long was the course?
It was, I believe, 3 days,
Okay.
and
Well, that's not so bad. With the busy life of LA people, it's like,
yeah, and it's so beautiful there. It just lends
In Maui?
itself, yeah,
oh, I
to
bet.
learning.
I've never been to
Yeah.
Hawaii, but maybe it'll be coming up soon. We'll never know.
Manifest it.
Yeah. Have you always been intuitive?
I haven't.
It just kind of came later?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, I didn't realize there was this whole other spiritual dimension that I could have been tapped into, but I wasn't meant to have it revealed to me till later in life.
So how
And now I'm just like,
do you
I'm
like
so-
meditate and you get these downloads?
I don't even really have to meditate.
They just
it's
come in.
almost like sometimes I'll be in the shower and I'll hear messages that I need to go write down. I'm like, why do you do this when I'm in the shower? I have to get, because I'm afraid I'm not going to remember.
That's funny.
And then I get out of the shower and I
that
write it
shower
down.
is tricky, but I keep little notepads and pens like throughout my apartment. And it's like when I get a grand idea, I'm like, oh.
I have so many notepads everywhere.
Yep, you gotta
I'm like
write
a
it down.
walking notepad. I know what you're saying.
I have a lot of like little to-do lists. I keep them everywhere. But you know what? Writing down your goals and dreams and things you want to do makes it so much more accomplishable. Like it gives you that feeling of, okay, I have something written down. I'm going to do it so I can cross it off. Like that's what I like to do, is like crossing stuff off, which I even do that on my show. I'm like, okay, we'll make sure we get on through that, cross it off, and that kind of thing. But well, you want to talk about your book?
Yes.
You downloaded a
So-
manuscript for it?
Yeah, what happened was, like I said, I'm seeing the license plate, seeing the numbers, and hearing words, sentence at a time. And then one day I'm sitting there. I drive every day to Culver City, which is a very long commute for me. Sometimes it's 2 hours one way.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting there in traffic. So one morning I'm on my way to work, and I hear, angels, angels everywhere. Some are here and some are there. All they want to do is share their love with you. And I thought, oh, that's so pretty.
That's
And
cute.
then I'm sitting there and more words started coming. And I thought, this is crazy. And I had my journal where I write down the numbers.
Yeah.
So I just started jotting things down.
that was coming to you.
And it just all came in rhythm and rhyme. And then later on at work, I looked at it and I thought, this would make a great children's book. And I just tweaked it a little bit. It really was all just divinely
Downloaded.
given to me.
Yeah.
It was.
And you said,
So-
I love the pictures on the front. They're adorable.
Yeah, this is the vision I had in my head, too, when I
Yeah.
heard the words.
There's a light right over it.
Oh,
But it's okay. We
there
got.
you go.
We showed picture.
I got to keep track of what's
Yeah.
happening here so I know what I'm doing.
song. So
Um,
is it for sale somewhere?
It is. I don't have it on my website, but I have links on my website
To get it.
to Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and there's a few other retailers, online
Awesome.
retailers that have it. And then on the back, I have Archangel Michael.
Wow.
And this was also another vision that I had.
Nice
that
wings.
I saw him be with a big golden glowing heart behind him.
Oh.
Because originally I saw red hearts, but I thought, no, even though children will look at a red heart and go, oh yes, I know what that means. I just felt the golden glowing energy that needed to be there. So that's what I put on the back and the front.
I like that. So let's have a peek on the inside really quick. Is it kind of a story, or what is it?
It's not a story. It's just different verses that let children know that they can call on the angels when they feel sad or mad or lonely, and then also to let them know when they're happy, the angels are happy for them, and that they
Oh.
celebrate with them
Nice.
when
How cute is that?
they're happy about something or they accomplish something. And here's an angel
Aw.
comforting a child.
That's so sweet.
And here's a little boy who's afraid at night. And so the angel's watching over him.
It gives them comfort and security. And
Yeah. And then this little girl's mad. She got a flat tire on her bike, but the angel's watching over her, wants to help her.
right. That's cool. Angels will help if you seek out and ask them.
And then this is my, this I'll show you real quick. This is where the little boy's giving thanks for what he has. And that makes the angels really happy when people are grateful.
And we should do that every day.
Yes.
And then as adults at every age, give
This
gratitude.
is my favorite, where the mom and little girl are hugging, and the angel is hugging them because she loves them too.
Aw.
So I just want children to know that they're always watched over and loved,
That's awesome.
and that they're never alone.
It looks like you were featured in a news article.
Yes, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I was really surprised to see how much space they gave me, but I got this article in the local newspaper. They asked if I'd write a story having to do with the community as well as the inspiration for my book.
That's
So since I
wonderful.
got the messages in the car,
Wow.
it kind of lent itself to being kind of a commuter, but uplifting commuter story.
That's such a relief to see that a newspaper media would put it on the front page like that.
I
and so
couldn't
big.
believe it.
That's progress.
I thought it would be a little blurb, but
Yeah, that's a
I
good
was
amount.
really, really
That's
thankful that
wonderful.
they
you should
did
frame that.
I'm going to,
yeah,
for sure.
kind of keep
Yeah.
it safe, and because paper's kind of thin and stuff.
Well, I did buy a few copies.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Just a
have
few.
some
I didn't
extras.
want to go crazy.
Well, that's awesome. Where was
Yeah.
it posted at, or
This is the paper is the Signal,
the Signal?
Santa Clarita Valley.
Oh, is that where you live?
Yeah.
Okay. How long
yeah.
did it take you to get here?
It wasn't bad
Oh.
because it was after the morning rush.
okay, good.
I'm trying to think now. It actually only took me, I think, 45 minutes.
Okay, that's
So
not
this
so
was a
bad.
breeze compared to
good.
what I normally do.
Right. Okay. I had a random question. Do you remember how we met?
Yes, I do.
You want to tell it?
I do because I was going to mention that.
Okay.
We met at the Conscious Life Expo a few years back.
Yeah.
And you were walking around with your angel wings, and everyone was taking pictures of you. And of course, I had to as well. And I just thought you were so magical
Oh,
and just sweet in the messages. And we connected, and at the time, I was hoping to do a different book that is going to help children with grief, which I'm planning to do next.
Yeah.
But the timing
remember
wasn't
that.
right. And I had said, I would love for you to come with me to the grief center to be an angel for the children.
They have a grief center.
There's a
for
grief
kids?
center out here in LA, and they have a children's camp
Okay.
every year.
Is this what kind of kids get sent to this? Is it if their parents die or
Um,
hurt? Or?
kids that are grieving over anything, really.
Okay.
I think mostly family members, but I would say it's for any type of grief.
What
you know.
age group is it?
I'm not sure, but I think it's probably young children through older. I think they serve everyone.
Okay.
Because it's a grief center for everybody, but they do have a special camp for kids. It's called
Nice.
Our House.
That's nice that they have
And
that.
I'm hoping they'll still want to work with me. I think they will. I think the
Of course they
angels are going to
will.
make it
Yeah,
happen.
manifest it, and
So,
then maybe you'll get more content for the book, or you
yeah, I'm
know.
hoping next year. And I'd love for you to come still if you want to,
Of
if you
course.
have time.
Yeah, I'd love to. If we
'cause
plan
I
it ahead of
know-
time, yeah.
I know that
schedule gets
you
crazy.
like to read to kids and
Mhm.
help kids and do charitable work. So I'd
Yeah.
love to still have you come with me when I do that. I'm hoping to release it next Mother's Day.
Good. Yeah, I mean,
So-
angels, including earth angels like us, I mean, we just want to help and hug and make people feel better and whatever we can to, like, help others,
Right,
right? I mean,
right.
that's just, like, ingrained in us.
Right.
How did you find the illustrator for your book?
I decided to go through Balboa Press, which is the self-publishing division of Hay House. And they matched me up with an illustrator they thought would be right for the job. And she did
She
a
was.
remarkable job. Susan Shorter, I have a link to her website on my website. And she's an awesome artist.
That's so cool. I love the pictures in there. They really do convey the
Yeah.
comfort that and love that angels want to convey to us in
Right.
the human form. And so was your inspiration like the download and all the stuff, like the numbers behind it? And
Yeah, and I didn't realize, it's funny, when I wrote the grief book, or the manuscript, I started collecting angel figurines. And I do have angels in that book as well, which is why when I saw you that day, I thought, oh, she'll be the perfect angel to accompany the story.
Yeah.
Because that one is a story. That one's not poetry.
Okay. So this is more poetry, you would say.
This is, yeah,
Simple.
rhythmic verse,
Yeah.
and that's a story, a very heartfelt, sweet story.
The grief one?
Yeah, that's going to comfort children.
Okay.
But, and of course, now I forgot what you asked me.
Oh, it was the inspiration. And like
Oh, and since
inspiring-
I had all these angel figurines around my house, I didn't realize I was kind of building a shrine to the angels, and I developed a really strong connection. And it's just grown by leaps and bounds as I've followed my guidance to do what I need to do to help children and really help everyone, but right now my primary focus is children.
Okay.
So
Have you had any angelic encounters yourself?
I've had a couple things happen besides the downloads. One day it was raining really hard, and I was taking one of my cats to the hospital. And of course, my mind was just, I was worried, and I'm driving down the street, and the light changed, and I didn't expect it to change, and I didn't realize my tires were not in good shape. My car, hit the brakes, my car spun around, and I thought I was going to hit this parked car in the turn lane. And I just braced myself for it. And it was almost as if someone reached down, turned the car around, and just set it there right before it hit the car.
Wow.
And I thought, wow. And then there were no cars around, and it's a busy street. And I got the car, turned around, and just thought, I know I was protected by Archangel Michael right then. And as I then drove down the street to the hospital, I saw 55 on the back of a bus. And I've heard that that's symbolic of Archangel Michael.
Really?
And also I've learned it's also your higher self. And then the capper to the story is I get in the animal hospital and I'm ready to check my cat in. And the woman ahead of me, they were checking her out with the animal's meds. And they said, that'll be 1712 for Angel. And my mouth dropped, and I said,
Angel.
did you just say angel? And they said yes. And I'm like, wow. And my heart was still racing that I had not been in an accident.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was an amazing experience.
See, like with me, I've seen them in the sky. Like they send me like cloud messages. The very first one I ever got, which I sent in images of clouds, it's a white phoenix. I was like, basically, I was sitting on a patio, and oh, that's a different one. So this is in San Francisco. If you look really close, that wing is rainbow, but it's kind of fading, and there's like a streak above it. So that's a white phoenix right there. And so if you Google white phoenix, you'll see that it looks just like that. There's an eye, a beak, a little tuft feather at the end of the head, and the wings.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. So that was the very first angel message I saw. And it was when I was on a patio really sad over watching videos about, like, the New World Order and different things like that. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have watched all that. It was really depressing. And I was like, I need a sign. And I asked God, in the angels, I was like, can I get, like, a white bird sign?
Wow.
And then that, boom, they showed me that white phoenix angel cloud. So I asked for the sign specifically, and they gave it to me. So that's the significance with that. And the other one that was there, 3 minutes? I don't know where I'm going. But okay, yeah, the other one was I was also needing a sign because my foot was injured, and they showed me that the rainbow. It was like an angel with wings, and I really feel thrown off right now.
No, I know what you mean about the rainbow. I've seen those too. I haven't seen them in wings, but I caught one. I forgot, it's some crystalline kind of formation. But yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah. Can we show your board that you brought in?
Oh, yes. Sorry, it's a little big.
Oh, it's okay. If we hold it right in the middle here, we can show it on this middle camera.
There we go.
Oh, that works. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, there we go. MichelleBeber.com. You can see her blog and everything on there. I read your blog, one of them this morning, about how to be happy. I really loved it.
Oh, thank
I
you.
thought it's very good advice. You should definitely go to her blog and read it. It's just, be grateful and have faith, be kind and compassionate, and really good stuff.
I did that one especially for you.
Really? Well, I'm glad I read it then. There it is.
It came to me right before
this. Yeah.
And I thought, this is perfect for Mandelyn's show because it says a lot of the things that you talk about, that you want people to embody. So, yeah, being grateful and being loving and being kind. Yeah. And I thought, oh, I'm so glad that this came to me right before visiting you.
How's your life changed since you've published your book?
Oh, it's a lot busier.
Really? More coming in?
Yeah, I'm just really being guided to a lot of wonderful opportunities. I've done some radio spots, and I'm getting ready to do some speaking, and I'm trying to put together some classes for kids and adults to teach them about angels.
All right, well, keep us posted on those. Maybe I'll show up to one. Well, you never know.
I would love you to come to anything.
Something.
I do. Yeah, but definitely the grief center.
Yeah, keep me posted on that. And we'll try to coordinate and plan.
And then maybe we can do something between then and now, too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have an angel workshop coming up September 7th. So if you want to come check out my website. It's under thestreetangel.com. Go to workshops, and there you will see it. So we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back with our next.
Thank you, Mandelyn.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle, for being here. And stay with us because we're going to talk to another angel, Earth Angel, when we get back, Sarah Jeane. So stay here, and we'll be right back. Bye.
LA Street Angel, giving everything.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
I'm Zoe Williams.
And I'm Dr. Mark Goulston.
I'm Jeff Brown.
And we make up the Zoe What Morning Show. You can find us here on TRadiov.com every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I make you think.
He makes you laugh, and if I get a chance, I'll help you change.
Or make you cry with his attempts at humor.
Radio in TV.
Can you relate? We'll make it happen.
Look at Jeff. What you doing?
Were you mumbling to yourself?
Hey, back there mumbling.
To them. To them.
LA Street Angel,
LA Street Angel, and I have my talk show here in the middle of Hollywood. So come hang out with me, learn some awesome new cool spiritual stuff. And it's every Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific time, tradiov.com.
LA Street Angel, call to heal these streets.
T Radio V. What did you play opposite Andy, Eric? Do you remember?
Andy and I worked as two employees at a network.
Okay.
Oh, you're
And
forgetting the other thing.
I played a news anchor, and he played a reporter.
Okay, but the other thing you did, the thing you did on the Andy Dick show, who did you play to Andy?
Oh, is that gonna play my sister?
You played his wife, Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played his wife.
Yeah. So
guys
what's
have
wrong
to-
with that, Eliza?
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's got a great range as an actor.
Yeah, it just was funny.
Encounters with Eric and Eliza Roberts, Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
Hi, I'm Plastic Martyr, and I've got a new show called Just Like You on T Radio V. It's an inside look into my Hollywood life where I give you a sneak peek into a world of beauty, fashion, and fame. Illusions will be shattered. And of course, there's a little sex, hugs, and rock and roll. Be sure to check it out Wednesdays at 11, only on T Radio V.
T Radio V.
And it's Mary Carey, of course, Politically Naughty with Mary Carey.
I'm always naughty. I'm always politically. My behavior is always politically
naughty.
I'm never politically correct.
Dr.
Dr.
Drew.
Hi. Oh, I'm so.
Hey guys, how are you?
It's all teary-eyed, Doctor.
I know. She wished she could live at rehab.
But only if Dr. Drew's there. Obviously,
Sure.
if someone like, because a little too groping might be inappropriate. But I like the flirting and stuff.
When I walked
don't
in,
know.
you shoved my head in your.
No! Are you gonna sue me?
Get Politically Naughty with Mary Carey, Mondays at 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Angel, hold me in your heart. Tell us all your dreams. And don't
All right, welcome back to the Street Angel Show here in the heart of Hollywood at the T Radio V studio. I am Mandelyn Reese, also known as Mandy, in the Street Angel or LA Street Angel, promoting kindness all over the country. And here is my talk show devoted to helping others, and we're talking about Earth Angels today. And now we're back with our second guest, Sarah Jeane, over here across from me. Hello.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So you have a French accent, right?
Yes.
So
I'm
everybody
born in
pay attention
France.
to the beautiful accent here.
Yes.
I really love it. I think it's pretty.
Thank
Are
you.
I assume you speak fluent French?
Yes, I was born in France. I lived half of my life in France and half of my life in the US. Yes.
Cool.
What a gift. Yes.
So I met Sarah at a place called The Gateway, which I've promoted a lot on the show. It's a spiritual kind of school has a bunch of classes. So we recognize each other immediately as like spiritual angelic beings, and we just connected, and we were like, "Hi, what do you do?" And we were kind of curious about each other. And as I've got to know her, I mean, she's just fabulous with all her things that she's accomplished, and she's completely devoted her life to serving others. And where do you want to start, like with your art and book? I mean, you've got so much that you've done.
Yes, I have many beautiful events happening, and I like to start how I came to do this work as a spiritual practitioner healer. So I grew up always attracted to spiritual books, and I was starting to read spiritual books very early in my childhood, and attracted to meditation, yoga, and I started to practice yoga with many teachers, and already we were practicing healing modalities. So I learned to work with energies in my 20s, and this is when I started to do healing work. And I was always praying. I was trying to understand how come there is so much pain in this world, and how can we deal with that? How can we move through that? And the only way was to give everything to God all the time, to completely all the time, God, you are in charge, you take care of this, because we cannot place all this pain on our shoulders. It's too painful. So we are here to bring heaven on earth. And after many hours of and years meditating in spiritual temples, in ashrams, in the forest, in nature, I understood, I start to say, okay, how can I be of service? I can be of service if I give everything to God, if I let God be in charge, if I let God to lead my path. God, I give everything to you. I give my life to you. And this is how
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, she came to my apartment yesterday, and she did some really lovely healing work and prayers with me, and I felt a lot of heaviness lifted. And I think she even worked with me on some ancestors who passed away, and they maybe not have passed into the light. And, we helped kind of put them at ease, prayed for them, and definitely noticed a shift. That was really cool. So if you're watching this and maybe you need some help with somebody who's passed away, maybe they're still angry or you don't think they've passed on all the way, you can contact Sarah Jeane. She can help you with some healing and prayers. You do it over the phone too, just in case people need a
I have
distance.
clients in Europe and all around the world. Yes.
Wow. And you've been doing this how long?
About 35 years.
35
years. I started. Yes.
It's incredible.
And it has expanded and expanded. And so I started also writing. I felt like when I write, I can find some answers and go deeper within my heart to connect with God, with Source. And then what happened after a while, I understood that I was ready to I thought, oh, I can write a book. I can write a book. So that's what I did.
Did you channel it, you say?
Yes.
How do you channel angelic beings?
How do we channel angelic beings? What is very important is to really pray, meditate, and move closer to God.
Connect in the heart.
Connect in the heart, and really understand with our mind first that we are one and that God is pure love at the essence of all that is. And it's very important then to move into your heart and to listen to your heart, and you may ask a question or two and then go back, stay in your heart, stay in the silence of your heart and listen and invite the angels, invite the beings of light, the luminous beings of light and the angels of light to surround you, to walk with you, to be with you.
What would you say is the purpose of communicating with your angels?
The purpose, angels are here to guide us to move closer to God. When we feel lost, when we are in pain, they are here to guide us they are a bridge to God. They are a bridge to God. We ask for help, we ask for their help, we ask for support, and they bring us tools. They are here gently uplifting us and whispering in our hearts to help us to go back to God.
Especially in challenging times, and
yes,
just pray. I pray, like, now that I've gotten more enlightened and spiritual the last few years, it's like I've got to a place where I pray all day. Like, I'm talking, I'm expressing gratitude. If there's an issue going on, I pray about it. And I have noticed a lot of improvement in my life, and I'm able to shift heavy feelings into a more positive thing. In fact, I had to do it on the way here. I was feeling a little kind of down this morning. I was like, okay, shift, think gratitude, good vibes, and, it worked. And we prayed when we got here together, and I think that was really helpful. So let's talk about your book, because I know your book is about connecting to God, and you have some artwork in there. You have 2 different ones.
Yes, so I created these 2 books together, and I started to I studied all the dimensions, the 12 dimensions, and this triggered the creation of these images. And the 12 dimensions are also related to the 12 aspects of God within the Tree of Life. And then I decided to study the Tree of Life. I was guided to study 2-3 books, and I trusted the process. And when I studied the Tree of Life, I was inclined and guided to create different image about the Tree of
so
Life.
beautiful.
So each aspect of God is expressed through an artistic image in this book.
If you hold it up next to you, I think.
Yes,
And we
so
have some
you can
pictures
see
we've
it
saved.
here.
Actually, I sent in that we have a closer close-up of these art
Yes.
pieces. But
And then behind Mandelyn here, behind you, you can see
Yes.
Bina, which is the divine feminine, one aspect of God.
it's beautiful.
And this painting is also in the book. And then this other book here on the table. Yes, this other book here.
12 doorways,
12 doorways
to,
of light. Yes. Here I talk about my spiritual experience. I talk from my heart. I wrote from my heart. I express a few spiritual experience, a few how I can say, I express my journey. I express my journey to find God, to help others. And when I studied the Tree of Life, of course, this opened up more insights and more beautiful messages from God that I express in this book
Like, when
to
did
help
you
people.
When did you become aware that you were meant to just be of service in your life? Like that was your main purpose?
I think I was always aware, in a certain way, but about 20 years ago, there was a big shift in my life. Suddenly, what I was doing as an artist working in the movie industry was not enough anymore. It was not fulfilling my soul, my heart. And so
I want to interject. You were a digital artist and stuff for Disney and other big companies.
And Warner Bros. And Paramount
Yeah.
and Turner, yes, all the big companies. But even so, I was already doing healing work, meditation, prayers. It was not fulfilling my life, my soul, my
Something
heart.
was missing.
Yes, something was missing, and I was thinking, okay, I need to change that. So I decided to dedicate my life to only create beauty and beautiful art that is uplifting for the world, that bring messages of peace
Love
and
and
beauty and
joy.
joy to to the world.
How did you know? Did you ever come to a realization that being an incarnate angel, like on this earth?
What happened when it's for you too, you know, when we go out there, oh, you are an angel, you are an angel.
Yeah.
People see you as an angel. And when people see you as an angel, you really realize even more, okay, I really have to do something here. I'm here for a really powerful purpose. And we all are here for a powerful purpose. We all have a true powerful purpose to be of service, because everybody, we came here with amazing gifts. And one day I said to God in my prayers, dear God, thank you for all your gifts you have given me, but I never find my voice. I would like to sing like an angel. And this was my prayer for a couple of days. And then one morning, as I was waking up gently, moving out of my slumber, I was taken by the angels into heaven. And I know it was heaven because there was unconditional love, light. There was a choir of angels. And they placed me in the middle of this choir, and we were singing together, Om I Am Elohim. And it was so divine, it was not from this earth, it was heaven. And I wish I can give this, what I experienced, to the world, but in a way they tell me, you bring heaven on earth, and we all are here to bring heaven on earth.
People
This was
just
the
lost sight
message.
of it.
Yes.
You know, and we were talking about how, especially in Los Angeles, the energy is so kind of chaotic, and there's a high level of stress, and we as sensitive beings, we can be sensitive to these energies and feel more pain and discomfort, and we see the hardships people are going through, and we're really affected by that, and we want to help, and sometimes we just feel overwhelmed. So, and you just pray, right? I mean,
Yes, when we feel overwhelmed, what I do personally, I say, God, I give you all that. I don't know how to deal with all of that. Take care of these people. Please help them. We have to bless one another. We are here to bless one another, to help one another, even through prayers. If we cannot do anything else, a prayer is so powerful. So powerful, so healing. Yes.
that's wonderful.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask a little more about your book. What would you say is a really profound message that people would get out of it?
People are telling me that they feel a lot of healing and love when they read my books. Especially this one, when they read this one, they tell me, I feel so much love. And even myself, sometimes I open the book in the middle here.
Just a random?
Yes. And I read a few sentences, and there is a wave of love that come all over me. And then the images, they do the same effect. I have people who looked at these images and they send me emails, or they came to see me and they said, you images saved my life. You book saved my life. I mean, it has happened several times, and I give it to God. I was channeling these 2 books, and I am planning to publish a few other books, hopefully soon.
That's awesome.
I give it to God, you know, it's God's work.
Yeah.
Thank you, God, for using me, and thank you, God, for using us and
being here.
And I wish for everybody out there that they have that experience to be used by God, and to ask God, please, God, use me, and to be of service from the highest place of love.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what can you tell everybody what kind of services that you offer?
Yes, it is so multidimensional and constantly expanding in some ways. I receive constantly different information regarding prayers and classes that I offer monthly, or privately, or in small groups. And it's all about raising your frequency, of course, moving closer to God, experience your God's self, increase this capacity to experience God's love within our hearts and really expand our heart. I also teach people until we have raised our frequency high enough, it's very important to have your energetic field really clear, and to clear your energetic field on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, until we experience the capacity to love, to increase our love for ourselves and the world and all beings.
What are some tips for clearing yourself?
It's about inviting your guides, your divine guides, and Father, Mother God, and the angels to assist you to do that. So you ask, for example, Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, Master Jesus, or any other master you feel close to. It can be Saint Germain, the angels of the violet flame, and you ask them to clear your space, to release into the light all energies that do not belong to you, to you. And then you ask that God, peace, love, and light and Master Jesus and the angels' love and light infuse your space, your mind, your heart, and your whole being, and your and your physical body, and all your bodies. And it happens. You have to pray from the heart. You have to be really sincere when you pray, and then it happens.
I think living here, it's good to do every day.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, but you live where?
I live between Santa Barbara and Los Angeles. I live right in the middle, so I'm a little bit more inclined to have opportunities to be in nature.
Right.
And this helps a lot. To be in nature is extremely healing.
Very. Calming, peaceful.
Yes, yes. Because we are the trees, we are the flowers, we are the earth.
I think we have some pictures of you hanging out with a redwood tree or forest or something like that. But you want to talk about that, like your Mount Shasta?
Yes, I just came back from Mount Shasta, and I have to say that this opportunity to be on a daily basis with ancient trees was really, really healing, inspiring, and life-changing. It creates a lot of shift in us, you know, a big shift in us when we spend a lot of time in nature. So the best way, if you feel depressed or lost, or you have anxiety, connect with the trees, connect with Mother Earth. Go in nature, spend time in nature, and nature will speak to you and heal you. Yeah. Mother Earth.
I get mine from the beach because that's the closest to where I am. Yes. There's not a whole lot of nature around where I am.
The beach is perfect.
Humanity, and so the beach is good. You can get out in the sand and you get the earth, air, fire, water. It's like all around you, and it's very calming and balancing and grounding, and I just feel purified by the time I leave. It's extremely grounding. It's wonderful. So that's where I get my fix.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
So you want to talk about what workshops that you do regularly or ones that you have coming up?
Yes, I have a Violet Flame activation workshop coming up. I believe it's the 4th Sunday. It's going to be in Reseda. And please go to my website. That is artfromthelight.com.
We have it somewhere.
Yes, it's all right. Yeah, artfromthelight.com here. Artfromthelight.com. And you will see.
The screen just died or something. Okay, now it's back.
It's right here, yes. Artfromthelight.com, you will find all my future events. And then the 12th, I have another workshop at the Gateway.
I wish I could go.
Yes, regarding the Tree of Life. It will be an activation of the 12 aspects of God related to my books. And it's a very powerful process. I channeled this process when I was creating this art.
Did we show some of the close-ups of her art? We did? Okay, I wasn't paying attention. So I just
Thank you.
I really loved them. There's a one that was like this pink and red heart for everlasting love. I was like, that one's so pretty, we got to show it. So I was like, I sent that one in.
Thank
you. How do you download these images, or how do you see them or create them?
Yes.
Here's some more.
Thank you. You see, as a child, as soon as I could hold a pen and crayons, I was drawing and painting. So I grew up painting and drawing, and this was really helping me to move through my childhood and growing up. Because when I was painting and drawing, of course, I was in touch with the angels and with other creative worlds that are holy, and this was really a blessing.
Yeah. I do recommend it if you want a deep healing work that feels very loving and light, to contact her. And
thank you.
I'm still developing all my angel services and modalities, and I love that each angel worker that you may encounter, like, they offer a different experience, and that's what it's all about, is getting these different experiences, and you're going to have a different reaction and healing from each person. So
That's correct.
it's cool to try different people and see what they do, what they offer.
Yes.
I've had other shamanic and angel healers in the show, and they all do different things. And
Mhm.
so it's really cool. I like what, you know, you did some of that ancestor work. You know, I haven't experienced that before, and I think it's very important, you know,
Correct.
just putting that out there and doing it. You know, maybe some people who've passed that didn't get rest or whatever yet,
That's
and you can
correct.
pray for them and
Yes.
help them into the light. So
Yes.
did you wanted to close with a prayer, a blessing for everybody?
It would be wonderful if we can do that,
Yeah.
Mandelyn. Thank you. With all the listeners and with you, we can invoke now and acknowledge the presence of the angels and the luminous beings and the great masters of the light, and acknowledge the divine presence around us in our lives. And they are right here around us. They are with you. And we breathe in our hearts right now. We breathe in our hearts.
I feel it.
Yes. And we say thank you for showing me the way to move closer to God every day. Extend my love, activate God's love and light in my heart, in my mind, in all my beingness. Extend this love and light all around the world.
Especially Los Angeles.
And especially Los Angeles and all big cities where there were so many people who are looking for God. And we ask that God and Christ, love, light, consciousness, and all the angelic beings help each of us and every one of us to move closer to God, to move closer to Source, to the divine. However you wish to call God, it's fine. At the core of all that is, at the essence of all that is. And we ask that we all be guided to move closer to God, to love one another, to honor one another, and to trust, and to give our life to God, to be of service, and to acknowledge our divine guides, our God-given gifts. And we say, God, thank you for using my God-given gifts to be of service.
Very good.
And we feel the love in our hearts, and we say thank you, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you. Thank you for that. I
Thank
hope everybody
you.
felt some love download and surround them with the positive energies. And something you had we talked about yesterday when you were in my apartment was what to do when you encounter, you know, challenging or negative people, and which I have in the past, more so in the beginning of my angel project, because I wasn't aware how to spiritually protect myself or invoke protection and ask for protection.
Yes.
So I did attract some weird negative energies sometimes. But
Yes.
your advice, which I love, which applies to everybody, is just bless them. Send them blessings, and you know, and the key, I would say, is how you react. You know, you can't control how they're acting, if they're like schizo or crazy or whatever, angry, but you know, how you can control how you react, and which is, you know, just try to be calm and as positive as possible.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. When we are on a spiritual journey, we are all challenged, and everybody is challenged. And these are lessons for us to learn. It's about learning to be compassionate, forgiving, and to remember who we are. And when I was in the Redwoods not a long time ago, and in Manchester, the trees were speaking whispering into my heart, remember who I am, remember who you are. And it's always about remembering who we are and see God in ourselves and in other, and in people who are suffering or who are in pain, or we see God. We learn to see God in them. It's a process. It's a growing, learning process.
Right.
We all are on that journey.
So if you want to contact Sarah, it's sj@artfromthelight.com. And of course, her website is artfromthelight.com. Thank you for coming. I know you drove quite a ways from Santa Clarita, or Santa Barbara.
No, yeah, from Thousand Oaks, in
Oaks.
fact,
It's like
yes.
quite a
yes.
while, but thank you
Yes.
for coming
Thank
and sharing your
you.
light and prayers and love. And with that, I'm
you.
going to wrap up the show. Thank you, audience, for watching. If you tuned in live, or if you're watching it later on my YouTube channel or whatever, thank you for supporting the Angel Show. And next week is my last episode of season 2, and I think I'm going to have it be an interview of me. So we'll see. I had somebody cancel, so I'm kind of rewiring what's going on. So that is that. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned next week at the Street Angel Show in Hollywood. Bye.
You are watching T Radio V, Radio and TV.